It's the Cocktail 615, baby.
For instance, I'm not a Tennessee Volunteers fan,
Right.
but if it comes down to Tennessee playing, we got two Florida fans on here, and so if they are going against them, I am most definitely rooting against Steve and Sekou.
You rooting to lose, then?
Okay.
That's all right.
All right, Nico. Who is your NCAA college football team and why?
Oh, man, you already know where we come from, Alabama.
Alabama? Alabama?
Hey, way before, too many to name, too many fingers, too many rings, you know what I'm saying? Like, we always show up, we always do. We might lose one year, but everybody just be banking on us losing the championship, though. We ain't losing during the season.
So even as a child, you were an Alabama fan, or you were an Alabama Nick Saban fan?
Ever since I was little, the whole house split. It's like you got to pick a side from where I'm from. You know what I'm saying?
Either Auburn or Alabama?
Yeah, War Eagle.
War Eagle.
Say
All
Auburn.
right. All right, Steve. Steve, what about you?
So for me, of course, we got TSU, but I'm a Florida Gators fan. So I've been one since I was a little boy. We still roll with it. Go Gators. You want something, come to the swamp. We handing out ass whoopings around there.
Oh, okay. All right. See, I've always, recognized you being a Florida Gators fan, so I can respect that. What about you, Phelan? What you got?
Well, the Tennessee State, of course, but I'm a University of Memphis Tigers fan.
Ain't nobody picking TSU
really?
on the game, though.
Really,
Yes,
the
sir.
Tigers? So you used to go to the Liberty Bowl and see the Memphis Tigers?
man.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Of course, man. Get whooped.
I can dig that. Say cool. What about you?
TSU. So right, we all want TSU. So TSU fan, naturally.
Yeah.
But I'm a Florida fan. I'm a University of Florida fan, and the only reason is because I grew up in Knoxville.
Right.
And so I went the exact opposite of who their fan base was. So if it was like University of Central Florida, I would have been a University of Central Florida fan. Like whoever UT's opponent was or arch nemesis, that's what I've been a fan of. So it just happened to be Florida, so I stuck with it.
Okay.
We'll accept that.
All right, what about you, Chap? I see the LSU shit on, but that's the first time
Let me explain.
Okay.
Because I don't think I've ever had this conversation with a lot of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I root for teams where I attended school.
Okay.
So, of course, Tennessee State. I have my bachelor's degree from there.
Okay.
NTSU, I have my master's from there.
Uh-huh.
I did not finish at LSU only because I was advised that I did not need that degree professionally.
Right.
But I had already paid money and attended class.
Okay.
So
today you repping LSU.
because I was like, well, everybody else, we're all from TSU, so everybody else is going to have their TSU stuff on.
Okay.
I ain't going to wear the MTSU stuff.
Well, we talking
I don't
about
even have anything.
we talking about what's your college team though.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So the only teams I root for is if I went to school there.
Okay, all right.
So that's why I said that. I attended LSU.
Look at G. All right, we'll come back to that. G, hey, what's your college team, man, and why? Yeah, go Bulldogs.
What they're not.
I mean, only no explanation where I'm from.
Okay, all right. So all your life it's been Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Okay. Now we'll start this with you. What are your thoughts about the current college playoff system? Do you think that that's a good way to crown the champion for the NCAA, or do you think it could be revamped to be better? What are your thoughts on that?
I think it started off good. 4 teams the first 2 years was pretty decent, but it's obvious that they need to expand it to at least 8 or 10 teams.
Yeah. I agree with that. I say the top 4 teams get to bye, right? But you get a little team, 16 teams or something like that to have a little play in. I think that would make it the parity different with the college system. Because, since we've had the playoff system, who's won?
Alabama, Ohio
Clemson.
State, Clemson.
So, it's only 3 teams that have been able to be champions.
Ohio State.
The same 3 teams.
Yeah. So, I just think the parity is not there. What about you, Sekou?
I think it's an issue. I think it was an issue right when it began, right? You're always going to ask for more. Right? You get 4 teams, you can be like, all right, I need 8. You get 8 teams, you can be like, I need 16. 16, I need 32. So I think it's always going to be an issue of someone not getting in to be like, it needs to be expanded. So there's definitely, ways for improvement for sure.
Right. What about you, Nico?
Hey, I say keep it where it's at. It ain't our fault you ain't there.
Okay.
It ain't our fault you ain't getting voted. Work harder.
I don't know.
All right, for the teams that do have the same record, it's like splitting hairs between them. It's like, hey, that ain't my fault though. That ain't our fault.
That's
it's like
not
if you
your
want to. It's like Koo said, if you want to expand it, add more teams. It's like then they ain't gonna never be enough. You know what I'm saying?
I see. What about you, Steve?
So my take on it is that so you get teams like Alabama, they gonna start off number 1. And the only thing you banking on for them all year is just to lose, and they may drop to 3.
Yeah.
So your only hope, if you go undefeated as another team trying to get in, is that you may get that 4th slot. But then you got to turn around and play Alabama again.
Right. Yeah. So it's the Power 4 conferences, right? If you win your conference, five. If you win your conference, that means you automatically in the running to be in the playoffs. And I think that's kind of limited. They should open it up a little bit. What about you, Real?
To me, I think maybe 10 to 12 would be the sweet spot.
Okay.
Because, if you think about it, adding more teams, once you start getting to like 16, you're going to have some blowouts in that playoff. So you don't want to get somewhere and have a playoff and have somebody get beat 72-6 or something like that.
Right.
So 10 to 12 is probably the sweet spot because it's unlike college basketball. College football, once you start spreading it out some more, you're going to get some blowouts.
Yeah. All right, what about you, Chap?
Look, the magic number is 8. You get one champion from every Power 5 conference, then you let the fans or the committee or whoever decide the next 3, and let it be done from there.
Yeah.
Give the independents a shot, but Power 5 is represented. And to Rail's point, it's gonna be a blowout. Whoever Alabama faces in the first round is gonna get blown out.
Some haters.
Saban is good for that first that semifinal game. He gonna blow them out.
Yeah.
Championship game, not so much.
Hey, you watch your mouth, chap. You talk about them Grizzlies.
Here we go. We are right back, and we're going to talk some NBA now. When I sent out this little message, I had an idea about having like a barbershop discussion about who's the GOAT, but I feel like there are other NBA questions that I want to hear y'all opinion on, and we'll start with G because he got to dip on out. But who are you taking, Kobe or LeBron, and why? If you had to pick one, Kobe or LeBron?
No pressure.
Picking one for what, like start a team or something?
Man, you tell me. Which one you pick?
I'm gonna go with Kobe. I go Kobe. I'm going with Kobe.
Because
LeBron best athlete, but I like Kobe's leadership and work ethic. I can't deny that. That's what I'm about.
You can't. Kobe. Say cool. I see you over there like pondering, like I don't even know.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. So gigantic Kobe fan, always will be. But I think I'm gonna take LeBron. Reason being, LeBron gets his teammates paid. Tristan Thompson made, whatever $1 million to get rebounds.
Right.
Everybody on Clutch Sports should be on the Lakers, right? It's Clutch Sports Lakers.
Right,
and
yeah.
he gets people around him better, subjective. But overall, everywhere he's gone, he's won in some way or capacity. And
with help.
I mean, yeah, everybody can help. Come on. Okay. Anyway, LeBron, I think I'll take LeBron.
Okay, so we got one Kobe, one LeBron. What about you, Real? Hey, I see you over there like, come on, man.
I'm gonna say LeBron. With the fact that I think he makes his teammates better on the floor.
There you go.
Now Kobe does have leadership skills, but you never saw Kwame Brown reach the heights that he probably could have. But think about LeBron with somebody like Kwame Brown or somebody we figure slaw like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he would at least have Kwame averaging 10 points a night.
Yeah.
And I think that's the type of player LeBron is. But I mean, he leaves a team, they in last place. He go to a team, they in first place. I'm taking LeBron.
Yeah, that's fact. What about you, Phelan?
Well, I love them both. And, I mean, that's such a difficult question. But if you look at when they were both drafted straight out of high school, LeBron was NBA ready, Kobe wasn't. So I'm going with LeBron.
Jesus, that's a great
LeBron was
point.
NBA ready?
Okay, Nico, come on.
Man, I feel like everybody prisoner of the moment right now, and I'm going with Kobe. It's like ain't nobody got that killer instinct gonna go get it. Like I'm talking about, I ain't never seen Kobe give up. I done seen LeBron give up more than twice.
Yeah, okay, all right, that's
You know what I'm
valid.
saying? Like I'm talking about like just straight Mamba mentality. Like you, Jalen Rose tell the story with him and Stacks. They was like in high school at the little AAU competition. Said they won the championship. Stacks went to Kobe like, "Hey man, y'all want to go party, whatever?" Kobe said, "I'm going to the gym," and he went to the gym.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, come on, man.
Come
like,
on.
That's greatness. That's greatness.
Exactly.
In my
Okay,
book.
all right, Steve, go ahead and close it out.
Yeah, I'm
no,
going-
we got Dwight left.
Yeah, I'm
Champ.
going Kobe all day with that one. LeBron James is awesome. He's a great player, but you get to the end of the game, he's liable to go and pass it off to somebody else to make the big shot. When Kobe was in the game, he wanted the big shot and he was gonna hit it.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about if he made everyone else great. If I had to put the ball in a player's hand at the end of the game, it's going Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant all day. Chap, come on, I see you.
Hey, if you win the game, does it matter who hit the last shot? Listen,
Okay.
Kobe is who Kobe is, okay? But Kobe is dollar store Jordan. He ain't him, so give me LeBron, okay?
LeBron? Oh my God, bro.
On all days it end in what? Until Jesus
Don't
point,
nobody
G.
shoot paper in the trash can and holler out Bron. They holler out Kobe because they want to be the best at every damn thing they do.
Like Kobe, and too often, they were missing that shot. They were not hitting it. G, to your point, Kobe won 3 rings with Shaq. He didn't win those by himself. And it took Pau Gasol for him to win his last 2.
Jesus.
When he didn't have Shaq or Pau, he was just the scoring champion in NBA and going out in the first and second round.
He have to take his talents.
Hold on. G, do you want to respond? G?
He named one player. I can name 3 Hall of Fame players for every team LeBron's going to ship on.
Taking his talents from
Every
everywhere.
team? 3 for every team.
You name Shaq, a center. You name Paul Gasol, a center. D Wade, Kyrie Irving, who hit the shot actually to win the game. That was Kyrie.
Ray Allen.
Ray Allen, that's a Hall of Famer.
Chris
Hold on,
Chris Bosh
G.
is
You
a Hall of
forget,
Famer.
he was coached by a Hall of Famer, Phil Jackson. Kobe never won a title without Phil as a coach.
Okay, chap. Hold on. I see you getting a little frustrated, G. Hey, hold on. Hey, so Dwight, go ahead and answer the question because I need this on record too, bro. I need you to say like who you got? You got Kobe Bryant or LeBron James?
With the game online, I want the person who's going to make the best play with the ball. LeBron James. I know Kobe, killer instinct, but hey, he's lost a lot of game winners too. All right. And hey, he has had to lean on other people like Robert Horry, Derek Fisher, to win up Devin George. They've hit some big shots. LeBron's going to drive, either foul him or he's going to kick it out to an open Cal Korver who will miss. But if he has somebody that knocked down that shot, Steve Kerr, Derek Fisher, he may have more rings than what he has. So I'm going with LeBron.
Oh, yeah.
So was that the question? The question was who was on the line. It's like who would you take?
Yeah. So Kobe or LeBron, that's how the question is
I'm
posed.
taking LeBron. LeBron, he's going to make the best basketball play. Either he's going to score or he's going to pass to an open man.
Trey, I'm taking the man with the more rings.
Yeah.
Point blank.
Right now?
5. Man,
Right now.
no, man. I mean,
But are you taking them in their prime? Or are you talking about like when they were drafted?
it don't matter. I'm taking retirement Kobe that hit damn near 79 points in his last game, if that's the option, and LeBron in his prime. Me, just personally, because I seen both of them play in clutch, and I'm not taking anything away from LeBron James and his career and what he's done, but Kobe Bryant, nigga, come on, man. We already know what it is out there, and it's like ice water. It's effortless. You know, people forget real quick what Kobe Bryant was able to do with that basketball and who he murdered. He murdered everybody. He murdered LeBron.
81 points.
Come on, man. Come on, man. He's here, and LeBron is like here. You know what I'm saying? In my book.
Trying to be
Gee, the year he scored those 81 points, did they win the championship?
I never seen Kobe Bryant in the Cleveland Cavaliers jersey. So
The year he won this, the year he scored that 81 points, I don't even think the Lakers went to the playoffs, but
it don't matter. You know he scored 81 points. What year did LeBron score 81?
Jesus.
LeBron ain't a different animal.
2021 is coming.
Oh, wait a minute, G. Didn't LeBron recently pass Kobe for most points scored in the NBA?
Yeah, because he playing till he's 40.
He sure did.
No, but don't hold it because he's played so long. He came out of high school like Kobe. He's been healthy. He's taking care of his body.
Hey, Chap, you don't get rings for that.
Jesus. Okay. Let's pause it here. We got to keep moving. So we'll stay in that same vein real quick. Do you think it was Phil Jackson or Kobe and Shaq, Jordan and Pippen? Because, between that three-piece right there, Phil Jackson got the most championships. Do you think it was his tutelage and his operation of, those mega stars that caused them to win championships, multiple championships, or do you think it was more so the players? And we'll start with G. Beauty.
I think MJ was a winner before he got to the Bulls, and I think his work ethic helped carry the Bulls. So I'm not giving no credit to no coach for no basketball. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right. So you say
I give her credit for Steph Curry? No.
So it's more so of the player side of it for you then.
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay, all right. What about you, Chap?
G. 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 The common denominator. Jordan won his national championship because he had a great collegiate coach. He won 6 titles. He only won 6 titles with one head coach. Even though he liked Doug Collins, they brought in Phil because Phil knew how to handle and manage the team around the star, which is why when Kobe got to LA, who was their first coach? Dale whatever, didn't stay around long. They brought in Phil. They won 3 with Shaq. He won 2 more with Kobe.
So you saying it's Phil Jackson? It's Phil Jackson.
Listen,
if I'm hearing you correctly,
they are legends. Yes, Jordan but they don't have titles with other coaches.
All right.
They have titles with Phil.
All right, I got you. Real, what you think?
I'm gonna do this right here, Scotty. First of all, it's Tex Winter.
Yeah.
Trying to offer it. So Coach Jackson is a key part of that in that he knows how to manage a team. I think he gets people right in their headspace, and he had 2 of the best players, the top 4 or 5 players in NBA history. So that is hard to dispute. But like Chap said, the common denominator is Phil Jackson, but I'm saying it's Tex Winter, the triangle offense.
Get that the fuck out. What about you, Sekou? Hey, take some points off of Real for that. Tex Winter. That wasn't even an option, nigga.
But Tex,
you gotta give credit.
Hey, now go ahead and mute yourself. It ain't your turn. Come on, Sekou.
I'm going to say 60-40 player coach. I think the right combination happened at the right time. So they got the best out of each other. And to the Phil Jackson's point, he went to the Knicks and was a bum with Melo. Right? He didn't get the best out of Melo, ran the whole thing, So it's not like the coaching was amazing across the board. It was he had good players at the time. The players were dogs at the time. So I think it's 60-40, but still good players made for better coaching.
All right, what about you, Phelan?
It's the players, man. Phil Jackson is probably the greatest coach in the history of the NBA. However, just to Sekou's point, you get different players on the team and you're running the same triangle system, you're not winning shit. So in my opinion, it's the players. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you can have the system in place. The players had to go out and execute, and they got the rings.
Yeah, that's true. What about you, Steve?
So I'm going with the players. I think Phil was a part of helping to sculpt that championship and make sure, you know, he was moving the right pieces. Because, I mean, just ain't he sent Rodman to Las Vegas to go kick it in the middle of the playoffs and let him come back. So, you know, he knew when to do things like that. But, you know, it comes down to the talent on the court. And that's who was doing their thing. And a coach that helped prove that point was like Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
You know, if he was great, the Patriots would have looked a whole lot better than what they did this past year.
True.
So,
Facts.
you know, I think it's just the talent that's out there. I would give the edge to the players.
Okay. What about you, Nico?
I'm gonna get an edge to the coaches.
Okay.
Because you could have like the amazing talent in the world, but like no talent was formed without a coach pulling it out of them. Like you ask any athlete, they gonna always remember that coach. That man, it was Coach Woods. Man, he did such. You know what I'm saying? Whopped it, woo. I would never. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't even know.
Yeah.
So it's like I think oxygen is saving life. You know what I'm saying by itself, but you put healing with it and you got water.
Jesus, here we go. Now we're gonna get into one of the questions that I sent y'all on that initial text. Okay. So say cool. What is your Hall of Fame criteria for the NBA? Well, if you were had a vote, like what would they have to have accomplished throughout their career to say that they are a Hall of Fame player? And you know, I need you to be very specific. Not, oh man, they the best. I need specific.
I think winning percentage is up there. So I think you got to have a high winning percentage.
So what's high? 60%? 60%? Is that the benchmark?
Okay, so 65% throughout someone who had a 14-year career. All right, so that's a high winning percentage because there's highs and lows across the board. Championships don't hurt.
No, they don't.
So if you have a championship, that makes you a higher caliber.
Okay.
But not say you're not a Hall of Famer without it. Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, et cetera.
Right.
There's some politics involved. I'm not going to act like the way you influence the game should be there. I think there's a component of that. Although it sucks, you can't just leave it on the court. I think there's a component of how you influence the game to be in there. And then, those are my three.
Okay. Well, let me kind of fill in right here. In terms, if I had a vote, you know, you must have played in the playoffs the majority of your career. If you got
playoff.
If you got 14 years in the league, you know, 8 of those, you need to at least made it to the playoffs. I ain't saying you had to win that jump, but you had to be in the playoffs. Okay, a money team. There we go. Here we go. So you also had to have led your team in your, you know, your acute ability in the NBA. So if that's scoring, assists, steals, blocks, rebounds, you have to have led your team the majority of your career. Okay. Also, you must have been an all-star for the majority of your career as well. It's like we talking about Hall of Fame. You know, this man scored 30,000 points. Okay, but what did you do for your team, and how is that a Hall of Fame career? So when I think about how I would judge someone, it's like, okay, say cool, I'll stay with you. Is Vince Carter a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
Okay, by what standards though? By what standards?
I would say length of career, so very long career. Was there at the height. He did make 2 back-to-back championships. He didn't win them because he's playing with Kobe, but he was there, and he was a top contender. Well, he was a top contributor across every team except for the Hawks, who just telling his career. But he was a contributor everywhere that he went.
Okay.
So I think he's a Hall of Famer. And in the Olympics, he jumped over somebody.
He did. He's 7'6". He dumped over somebody in the game. But also, how do you feel about the NBA first team, NBA set? I think you have to been on some of those teams throughout your career too. You got to be NBA 1, NBA 2, all defense, something. You have to have something on your resume that completes that. And I'll pick it up with Phelan, because he looked like he done got dark on us. You know what I'm saying? What do you think?
Oh, man, I'm in a parking garage, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, what else do you say after everything Sekou just said and then you said? I mean, I think that you definitely needed to have accomplished something in at the highest level of that game. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need accolades. You don't necessarily need rings, but there's plenty of dudes that have rings that'll never go to the Hall of Fame.
Right.
You know? But you needed, so like I said, scoring champ, all-star, Olympics. I mean, you needed.
You need to have a resume.
Stellar career. Like, I think a lot of people that are in the Hall of Fame, their career speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Even without rings.
That's true. But also, to that point, I feel like you got to fall somewhere. Like, if you are a scorer, you have to fall somewhere in between the number 1 and the number 25 person on the all-time list. Right now, it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Allen Iverson. So if you a scorer and you don't fall somewhere in between those folks, it's like, how can I even say, you a bona fide top 25 scorer? It's like, you not. So I think that those are things you have to look at and gauge and say, all right, where does he fall in this picture? So, all right, what about you, Steve? What you got?
So, I'm looking at more so how did you impact the game? You know, when Kobe or Jordan or even LeBron, when they step on the court, you fear them. You know you've got to put a body on them because they're going to impact the whole game and anybody around them. So I'm looking at players who are actually shifting the way teams prepare to come out and face you. So, of course, you got your stats and like you said, the playoffs and, your win percentages. Rings often help with that as well, too. But, I think those are all key factors in looking at, okay, is this person going to be a Hall of Famer? And then length of career, too.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Is Chauncey Billups a Hall of Famer?
Yes.
Let's talk about that. Like, players that are not in there that impacted the game. I can think of a playoff series where Chauncey Billups got his whole name, Big Shot Billups. Like, he just come on, man.
First round, no, I would not. And I think that partially goes into the politics that Sekou mentioned right there. He's not that player that you look at like that. People would have to know when he played and what he did to really hear his name. You don't hear Chauncey Billups brought up anymore anytime. So he's going to be one of those that politics may hinder him from getting in there immediately. But I do think eventually he will make it.
Okay, all right. I'm going to pay.
No.
Let me write this.
No, Chauncey Billups is not a Hall of Famer. We probably can think of 20 NBA point guards off the rip that's better than Chauncey Billups.
Okay, but 20 though?
Name them.
The Chauncey Billups that we are thinking about is the Chauncey Billups who played for the Pistons for like a 4 or 5 year stretch.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
What did he do when he was with the Timberwolves, the Celtics? What did the
Okay. Let me ask you this then. What is your Hall of Fame criteria then, Dwight? Since you jumped on in, everybody mute. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Basically nearly everything everybody said, the accolades, championships. I mean, you got to get to the playoffs or whatnot, make your team better, etc. But when we say Chauncey Billups, was he perennial All-Star? And for how long was he All-Star?
No. He was a perennial. What you got? Okay, raise your hand.
How many All-Star games did he make?
I don't know.
5-time All-Star.
5-time.
5-time All-Star. How long was his?
I don't know.
Did he put any fear on anybody outside those Pistons teams where they were?
I see your point, Dwight.
1 year period. We talk about longevity. We keep talking about longevity.
Okay.
We cannot say that Chauncey Billups was the dude in the NBA for more than 5 years.
Okay. All right. Pause.
He wasn't the dude on his team.
Pause. Here we go. What about you, chap? I'm gonna let Real get the last word on this.
First of all, Trey, we can't let Dwight go without naming the 20 better point guards. I think we need to know the 20 better point guards in that era. Like, don't go all time, but in that era that he would be judged against. I think we need to know the answer to that question.
Man, are we saying Hall of Fame during that era or all time?
No.
Hall of Fame is ever, right?
Hold on. The question is, what is your Hall of Fame criteria?
Right. No.
So if he's a 5-time All-Star, does that meet your criteria for 5-time All-Stars? Like, or did he score enough points?
That'll get him in the conversation. Okay. But in my opinion, he'll be an NBA All-Star. I mean, not All-Star, but a Hall of Famer according to basketball standards. It's definitely not NFL. But I think we all agree that the Basketball Hall of Fame needs to be a little bit more stricter than what it is.
Boom.
But criteria, no, he is not.
All right, come on, G. Come on, G. Hold on. He got his hand raised. He's using the technology to the fullest. Like,
Chauncey Billups is an NBA champion.
yeah,
He's a Finals MVP. He's a 2-time defensive. Would you say third team, second team, whatever?
yeah.
All-star, yeah.
He is a Hall of Famer. He's probably top 5 in Detroit Pistons history if you ask anybody from Detroit.
Jesus.
Word on the street, he ain't made top 20.
Exactly. Yeah,
I said word on the street, he ain't made top 20.
and he still ain't named 20 point guards that are better than him.
So, Chap, I will let you pick it up and tell me what your Hall of Fame criteria is.
My Hall of Fame criteria is, did they impact the game in such a way that as a fan that I am moved? That's the impact of, and I think the NBA gets it better than I'd say the NFL from a Hall of Fame standpoint as far as their criteria. The players in the NBA Hall of Fame have moved the needle. Like, you have something to say about them. I will say in the case of Chauncey Billups, though, if Chauncey gets in, I need Rasheed Wallace to get in.
Yeah.
I mean, Rasheed Wallace made it cool for folks to wear Air Force Ones on the court.
That's nothing to do with
Yeah. Okay, real. All right.
Thing.
Okay. Here we go. I'm taking real. I mean, not real, but Nico should be tallying these points. Here we go. So, real. Come on, bring us home.
I think it's everything that's been mentioned. I won't go back through everything, but statistics, like you said, winning percentage, playoff, all-star, all the accolades. And I think that's been mentioned, the last 2 comments is, how did you impact the game? Did you rewrite your position? Like, did you change the way the game was played? Like, if you think about it, the most dominant center I've ever seen was Shaquille O'Neal.
Sure.
He changed it to, he changed to where people did the hacker shot.
Yeah.
Whole thing.
That is a thing. That is a whole thing.
Then you have Allen Iverson with the way he's influenced. Then you have Stephen Curry with the way he's influenced the game, with people shooting from basically the logo of the court.
So it's the impact is important.
Like, how did you affect the game?
Okay, but how do you quantify that though? I know Sekou is the man on analytics and statistics. How do you quantify impact, Sekou? Like, how do you quantify that?
It's subjective, right? So to Chapman's point, saying someone who made an impact in the game that should be Hall of Famer. Like, if I'm a Goran Dragic fan, he made a gigantic impact to me. Is he a Hall of Famer? Like, it's like it's subjective depending on what the criteria is, and it just varies depending on who you ask.
Okay.
Like, I don't know how many Hall of Fame voters there are, but let's say there's 20 of them. Like, 10 people are just going to hate somebody just because of their own personal bias. So it's just like you're never going to satisfy the whole need.
I got an answer.
Okay, come on, Nico.
Listening to everybody, I think I'm gonna have to get a point to Mr. West. It's like he gave the point where everybody did say impact on the game, but it's like when it get to a point that teams are actually practicing and preparing to face you, like this person, like we trying to stop this guy. That's like Hall of Fame material right there. It's like, they ain't preparing for Dragic. You know what I'm saying?
So if we talking about championships and what I've done, I mean, Robert Horry got 7 fucking championships because he was a role player. Is he a Hall of Famer? How is Robert Horry not a Hall of Famer?
He was right place, right time.
Yeah. Ain't nobody preparing for Robert Horry.
I got my hand up. Come on, G. Come on, G. Come on, G. What you got?
Just going back to what some of the comments I heard, you said, I don't know if it was you, but somebody said, like, were they in playoffs the majority of their career?
Yeah.
Chauncey Billups to the playoffs 12 times out of 14 seasons.
Making that case.
He got your number retired on his trophy stand. How many people got final MVP on their trophy stand, bro?
Right.
You know what I mean? And going back to the dynamic, when you're talking about Vince Carter, yes, Vince Carter is a Hall of Famer because, like you said, what did they bring to the game? Nobody was dunking like that in the NBA until Vince Carter got there.
Okay.
And he's still the top dunker ever in the NBA.
But nah, Vince though, he's in that top 25 in scoring. He like number 19 or number 20 or something like that.
Because he played for 30 years.
Yeah,
right?
but still though, and no to your longevity and to be able to be durable. What you got, Chap? Come on, man. And we're gonna move to the next question.
Dwight's point in the chat. Andre Iguodala won an MVP when he shouldn't have. It should have been LeBron, even in a losing effort in that NBA Finals. I think that's a pretty consensus theory. But to your point, though, but like as Sekou has said, things are subjective. Stats are subjective. I mean, you keep touting about Vince Carter as number 19 in scoring all time. He's not in the top 25 of scoring average.
That's a good point.
So
Scoring average is a good point. That's a good point. Look at Sekou. That is a valid point. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a good
There's
point.
so much that goes into that. But I mean, I think the NBA gets it right out of all of the leagues. And I'm not.
Yeah.
I can't speak for hockey, but out of the big three, baseball, basketball, and football, I think basketball gets it right more often than the others.
Okay, Real, bring us on. Bring us on, Real.
I'm going back because what I'm saying is not an individual fan thing when I say impact on the game. I'm saying the impact, like if you're Goran Dragic is your favorite player, that's your favorite player. I'm saying impact can be felt on the game. Like, for instance, like I said, if maybe Sekou can dig up data on this, for amount of 3 points shot in the game, amount of 3 points taken in the game has gone up significantly since the Splash Brothers.
Yeah,
because teams are now saying that we can get more points on the outside, shooting more threes, even if we missed them.
Right.
That's a Stephen Curry Warriors impact. Like you can see that direct lane. I'm not saying this is my personal favorite player. This is the impact on he's made on me.
So, G, go ahead and give me your all-time starting five and your six man in the NBA.
NBA?
Yeah.
Shaq at center.
Okay.
Probably got to put, of course, Curry going to be my point guard.
All right.
LeBron, you got to add him in there. That's three. Got to have Kobe for the work ethic.
Okay.
And then, guess I got to go with Wilt Chamberlain. I mean.
Okay, so you tall out there. You long. So what's your six man, though? Who coming off the bench?
And that could be anybody or just
anybody out of everybody
KD.
that's played. KD. That's a good pick off the bench. What about you, Dwight? Your starting five and your six man.
Shaq, Jordan, LeBron, Tim Duncan, John Stockton.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we'll get it.
Six man.
Yeah.
I'm with KD.
KD. All right. What about you, Steve?
So I'm going Shaq, KD. I'm going to go Jordan, Kobe, and probably Allen Iverson.
Okay. All right. What about you, Sekou?
All right, so I'm gonna do this all Lakers because that's how nice we are.
That's hard.
I'm gonna do Magic at the 1, Kobe at the 2, LeBron at the 3, AD at the 4, Shaq at the 5, and then I'm gonna do Robert Horry off the bench.
Ooh, this is an excellent pick. I like that, man. A champion is a champion. I don't care where he was placed. Like if you got 7 championships, you in there. All right. So let me input mine. Because you said John Stockton. So my number one, right, at the point guard position, because I feel like you got to start at that level. John Stockton. And the reason for that, this man leads in 2 statistical categories all time, which are assists and steals. Look it up. How can you not pick? He's a dog. In point guard, he's a dog. And I need Michael Jordan, obviously, at the shooting guard. Kobe Bryant, small forward. Tim Duncan, power forward. Hakeem Olajuwon, the best footwork, blocks. Come on, man. How can you not pick that, man? And I'm getting Steph Curry off the bench. You know what I'm saying? 6 man. Because I need a shooter. Steph Curry is the guy that's going to spray it from the logo. So I need you to come in and, hype the crowd up. What about you, Phelan? Who you got as your star 5? And your six man.
First of all, y'all are disrespectful at the 4. So we Shaq
Okay.
at the 5.
Okay.
Tim Duncan at power forward.
Agreed.
I'm gonna go with you. I do like Kobe at the 3, Jordan at the 2. I'm gonna take G, Steph Curry at the 1, and Bill Russell
off the bench. God damn, you right. That's you can't dispute that. What about you, Real? I see your hand up. Who you got? Star 5 and 6 man.
All right, so you took one of mine. So I'm going Hakeem Olajuwon at the 5.
Yeah, easy.
Shaq at the 4. LeBron 3. Okay. Jordan 2. I'm gonna surprise y'all. I got Chris Paul at the 1.
Oh, Chris Paul. Oh, dead. G is dead off that shit. Chris Paul?
Chris Paul.
Cliff Paul? What you talking about, bro?
He old now, but you forgot Chris Paul game. Chris Paul can kill you.
Hey, take some
Chris
points.
Paul on the ground after Steph.
What about you, Steve? Did you
I've already given mine.
Okay, my bad.
Off the bench, I got Curry.
Okay. All right, cool. Chapman, what you got? Did he give his?
So I've got Magic at the 1. I the greatest point guard for me I've ever seen. At the 2, listen, if you're gonna have a starting 5, and this isn't a rotation, so you have to have Jordan at the 2. I'm putting Kobe at the 3. I want both of them on the floor together with Magic. Those two, I think it would be fun. At the 4, listen, Tim Duncan is great, and that bank shot is ridiculous. But I'm going Anthony Davis. That length, he's a better three-point shooter than Tim Duncan. And because I'm going with Shaq at the 5, I want Shaq to have the paint to himself. And I don't want there to be anybody else competing with him in the paint. My 6 man is LeBron, because I need somebody that can play 1 through 5, and LeBron is literally one of the only few players in the country who can play 1 through 5. So that's my starting 5 for my 6 man.
What's up? It's your boy Trey. Thanks for tuning in to the Cocktail 615.